550 KFYI, the Mike Broomhead Show.
Well, 267 to 160 is the vote right now. It looks like this bill passes the House. Good thing, bad thing, depends on who you ask. Well, we are going to ask an expert. Welcome to the Mike Broomhead Show.
I got a message. I got a song. Can I get a witness? Tell me what's going on.
So did the House of Representatives just take us one step closer to saving the economy or one step closer to dooming the economy, or does it not matter at all? Let's talk to our favorite expert when it comes to the economic aspects of this country, Mr. Gerald Celente from the Trends-Journal. Mr. Celente, welcome to the show again.
Always great being on with you, Mike.
So you're watching this, I'm sure. It just passed 268, 161 was the final vote. It passes the House. What does this do for the economy of the United States?
Happy days are here again. Only a kiddie would believe this thing has any change at all. You know, this is more change you could believe in. All they did, they call it a debt ceiling. How about another pile of debt? You got a third mortgage, a fourth mortgage. How about a fifth and a sixth? This does nothing. All it does is add more debt onto the problem. And they're the charade. I love the names they come up with. They're going to put together a super committee, to work on this. Again, this is kids stuff. They say that politics is show business for ugly people. All you had to do is watch the last couple of weeks, and it was, the Beltway blowhards, the Washington Wrestling Federation. Hey, this is a joke. It doesn't do a damn thing. You think it's going to help anybody? This house is going into foreclosure. Is it going to bring in more business? Is it going to solve the unemployment problem? How about this? Is it going to save our trade deficit from getting bigger? It'll have nothing to do with any of this. This is nothing more than all of this charade to get people's minds off the bigger problem. And the bigger problem is this. The country's bankrupt, and all they're doing is borrowing more money. Just like if you were bankrupt and you borrowed more money and you come to me and you say, Gerald, listen, I know I'm really deep in debt. Loan me a couple of more million. I'm going to come up with a great plan. I swear to God. What person in their right mind would loan it to you? It's the same thing. And again, Mike, look where the cuts are. What are they cutting? They're cutting defense back $35 billion a year when you have a military spending, direct and indirect military spending of $1.5 trillion a year, $35 billion over 10 years. I'm not great in math, but that adds up to nothing. And you go down the list like that. This thing is nothing more than a fraud.
Well, let me ask you this. With what's happening here, I know that what you're saying makes sense to most people who are looking at this saying, we are seeing fantasy cuts here. There's not really cuts here. The big concern, the president has addressed it two different ways. He said, first of all, it's going to take away the uncertainty. So now businesses and the markets and everything else are now going to have certainty on the debt ceiling, so that's going to help. They're also talking about these cuts and that somehow this is going to help with our credit rating because we are making cuts to the deficit. I don't believe either is true, but you're the expert on business. What is Wall Street going to look at this and see, and how do you think they'll react?
Well, your impression and the people out there is the same as mine. Any thinking person that could look past the smoke and mirrors knows the deal. Oh, this is going to do away with uncertainty. Okay, you're out of a job. You have no money coming in. Let's go out for dinner tonight. Let's go shopping. Let's put more debt on our credit card that we already can't pay. Oh, I got an idea. You're in the business of selling automobiles and business is slow. Oh, this is really going to help things. Oh, we have no manufacturing base. We keep losing it. This is really going to turn things around. It does absolutely nothing. All it is, and again, they use this white shoe boy language, debt ceiling. It's not a debt ceiling. You're taking on more debt. It's a debt burden, not a ceiling. And to say you're going to reverse the debt ceiling, I mean, none of these words make sense when you put them together. No, all this is going to do is nothing. And yes, in several weeks we'll see whether or not they downgrade the debt. But the reality is the Chinese are really afraid. And so are all these other people that are hanging on to all of this worthless digital money that's not worth the paper it's printed on. Don't believe what I say. Our motto is think for yourself, follow gold prices. Follow the dollar compared to the Swiss franc. That's what you want to look at, because that's the way the markets are speaking, not Wall Street. Wall Street's a rigged game. 60% of the trades on Wall Street are happening through these high-frequency traders. You heard Bernie Madoff, the king of Ponzi, in a February 27th interview with New York Magazine. He said one of the things he learned when he got into Wall Street is, number one, you got to belong to the club. Number two, the game is rigged. So when you hear it coming from Bernie Madoff, you take it seriously.
Yeah, and I agree. Now, you talk about by the way, the New Trends Journal is amazing. It's terrific. You talk about the prostitutes. Now, the press is saying, here are the winners, here are the losers, the Tea Party are the big winners. Are there any winners and losers in this, or are we all losers in this?
Oh, all the American people are losers. Look, this is another thing. Anybody that could think for themselves will certainly understand we do not have a representative form of government. What you're voting for is a member of the big Bananos or the Gambinos club, the mafia. But they have different names. They clean up the act. They call it the Republicans and the Democrats. The only people that the representatives represent are the very powerful, the very rich, and the special interests. Everybody knows that. They could go to a high school and tell people differently. But that's all this thing is. And as a matter of fact, you even listen to President Obama's language at his recent press conference. The Gang of Six is coming up with a plan to reduce the deficit. The Gang of Six. The Gang of Six? Oh, isn't that lovely? The Gang of Six is that's part of the mob. So that's all we have here. It's mob rule. It's a mob. It's the Wall Street gang. Capisce? Anybody that could see what's going on in front of their eyes. Who are the people that are getting whacked here? Oh, we got to get rid of entitlements. Social Security. You're not entitled to anything. The only people that are entitled to anything are the too big to fails. Can't let them fail.
Right.
Oh, no, if they fail, then everything's bad. But meanwhile, hey, you're making too much money with your disability benefits. You came back as a vet and you're getting too much dough, or you worked all your life to put into Social Security. And Social Security, by the way, has nothing to do with this. Nothing at all. They're throwing that out as a straw man. You know, we're putting money into that. What are you doing us a favor, giving it back to us? Oh, and I love this one, Mike. They're projecting by 2036 that Social Security will be insolvent. You're projecting by 2036? Hey, Jack, look what you projected for the last quarter GDP. You got it wrong. You couldn't even do the GDP. 1 quarter. Oh, and by the way, all those other numbers you added up, what we were going through in the recession, you got those wrong too. And now you're telling me you're able to project 25 years forward?
Right. What a joke.
It's a joke. It's more than a joke, because people better wake up to this. Their lives are on the line. This isn't airy-fairy stuff. They're ruining your life.
Well,
they're stealing your future.
Let me ask you one last question. What is this going to do to the value of the dollar? And here's why I'm asking, because we know that the high oil prices are tied partly because of the drop in the dollar value, because all currencies got to be converted to dollars to buy the oil. What's this going to do to the dollar, and is it going to make gas prices go even higher because the value of oil, or the cost of oil is going up?
The cost of everything is going to go up. It's devaluation of the dollar. Watch for the Fed to come in with another plan to juice the economy again. QE1 and QE2 didn't work. Wait for QE2. They'll give it another name, another white shoe boy name. Again, watch gold prices. I've made we've made my investment strategy public. I don't tell people how to invest. I just tell them what I do. And if you've been reading, as you have, the Trends Journal, for the last 2 years I've been screaming, gold I've been screaming since 2001, but I've been saying gold and Swiss francs. That's the only place. And people ask, how do you buy Swiss francs? It's so easy. You go you buy ETFs, exchange traded funds. And so that's what I do. I'm not recommending anybody do it, because to me, as I said, the Swiss are the money cockroaches of the world. You know, look what happened during World War II. Everything's in flame around them, but you need a place to wash the dough. And with the gangs in charge, they're going to keep using Switzerland.
Okay. Well, let me tell our listeners, the Trends Journal is phenomenal. We've got it here. I've got it right here in front of me. This one is one I got to tell everybody they've got to read. Where can they find you?
Trendsjournal.com, trendsjournal.com. And, Mike, we know people are going through difficult times, so we have a discount request form. Just let us know what your situation is. We try to make the Trends Journal available to everybody because we want to prepare people for what's coming ahead. And the greatest comments that I get every day is how we inspire people because we're showing them directions to take as the ship is sinking.
Absolutely. Mr. Celente, it's always a pleasure. You're always welcome, a welcome guest on the show. Thanks again for giving us some of your time.
Oh, Mike, I enjoy being on with you. Thank you.
All right. That is Gerald Celente from the Trends Journal, trendsjournal.com.